1 out of 4 Americans have no retirement savings, and it's never too early or too late to get started.
We are joined by Bernadette Joy, money expert and founder of Crush Your Money Goals. Hello and welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So I hear you paid off $300K in debt, and you are on track to retire in your 40s. That's amazing. So there are 3 retirement myths, and let's talk about that first one.
Yes. So a lot of people think that, oh, I'm just going to get to retirement like far out in the future. I think we know from this year, things happen, not as we expected. So how can we plan ahead of time and make sure that we're retiring in a way that's comfortable and that is reasonable for what we want to, how we want our life to live? Well,
how can you avoid people working through retirement? Because that's the myth. People want to go ahead and think that they're going to work through retirement.
Okay, so this sounds a little bit, doom and gloom, but 75% of people think that they're going to work through retirement, but only 27% of people actually do. And we know this for some of the reasons that we think about health reasons, right? Their jobs might not be available anymore, or plain, we just don't want to, right? We just don't want to work into our 70s, right? So one of the things I tell people is that if you don't want to work into retirement, start planning your budget now. What does your retirement look like? What kind of things do you want to do in retirement? And how do you start saving for those things now so that you don't have to work later in life?
So myth number 2 is if I invest in my 401k match, I will have enough to retire.
Yes. So here's the thing. 401ks are amazing. If you have a 401k, go and use it. It is a great tool for retirement. However, if you're only going up to the match, it's unlikely that you're going to have enough money saved up for retirement. So you're really going to have to put extra on top of that match. And if you don't have a 401k, I would strongly suggest that you open up an individual retirement account or an IRA and try to use that up as much as possible. So one of the reasons that I'm able to retire early in my 40s is because I have been putting away into my retirement for a decade now. It's never too late. Even if you didn't have anything, you can start today.
And when you say the match is that the company will match whatever you put in?
Yeah, so a lot of companies will give you a match based on whatever you put in. Some companies don't put a match at all. Most people are thinking that let me just put up to the match, or if my company's not matching, then there's no point in me doing it. There's always a point to saving towards retirement. So even if you're getting no match or you're getting some match, put in more than what they're giving you.
Well, here's myth number 3. I can do it on my own. I can fly solo.
All right, so how many people actually talk about money? There's not a lot of people who do. This is why I love coming on this show, because we talk about money. Yes. And it's still a very shameful topic for people, and some people are embarrassed to say, well, I don't have anything saved up for retirement. You're not alone. We just talked about it. More than most people don't have money for retirement. So what I strongly suggest is to get someone on your team to help you, preferably a money coach, someone who can not only talk about the money side of it and the financial side of it, but the emotional aspect of what it's like to think about retiring. Retiring is an emotional part of our lives, right? So someone who can talk to both the side that matters to you from the money aspect and also the heart of it will help you along the way.
Well, thank you so much for being here. These are such great tips today, and we're debunking some of those myths out there, Eugene.
Absolutely. Well, you can follow Bernadette at Bernadette on IG at Bernadette. Notice the spelling, Bernadette Joy. And for more information, visit crushyourmoneygoals.com. And once again, great having you on the show.
Thanks for having me.